You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, don't look now, folks, but we've got another team that I saw a few people actually pick to win the NFC North this year. And, well, considering that division, I mean, I understand why a few teams would have said, look, I think the Packers and Jordan Love and Matt Lafleur might actually do something. And then they lost to the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson, Sean Payton, and that nightmare going on in Broncos land, which we have covered extensively and will continue to do so. But today, we've got a new set of fans that are in outrage and hate their coach, and one's got to wonder, did Aaron Rodgers cover up a hell of a lot of warts with Matt Lafleur as head coach? A lot of us wondered that coming into the year. Well, here we are today, and Packers fans are not happy at all. Understandable, completely understandable. And they're left wondering, do we have a head coach and a franchise quarterback, or do we not have either? And we know that's a scary position to be in. And after they've had back-to-back first ballot Hall of Fame quarterbacks, something that I understand a lot of fan bases would love to have, it still baffles me that Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre only have 2 combined Super Bowls. I don't know how the hell that happens. Jordan Love, I think everybody is frustrated. You think? Today, Packer fans are extremely frustrated. Coming off the bye, Love completed 21 of 31 passes for 180. This is Miles Simmons at PFT. In Sunday's 19-17 loss to the Broncos. I mean, look, when I was looking at scheduling, I had this as a Broncos loss, to be honest. I did. I'm just going to keep it real here. This was a disaster for this was one that the Packers had to have and should have had. Love had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. The pick came on what turned out to be Green Bay's last offensive play of the game after an offensive hold backed the Packers up 10 yards as they were driving to try to win the game. Love fired a deep pass on 3rd and 20 to receiver Samori Turio, but the ball was thrown into coverage and safety P.J. Locke caught it for the first interception of his career. My God, they only needed a field goal. Through 6 games, and if you are a Packers fan, this has to be pretty scary. Love has completed just 58% of his passes, 1,263 yards with 10 TDs and 7 interceptions. 79.4 was the passer rating. Quote, we all know it's ups and downs, but I think everyone is frustrated. We've got to find a way to win. Got to find a way to win these games. We've been put in this position multiple times where it comes down to the offense has to go win the game. We have not capitalized on that. So we've got to find a way to win. Just that margin of error, we're not capitalizing on end-of-game situations. I think going forward, I think the situations are going to keep coming, keep being there until we find a way to capitalize and go win. But they're coming off a bye. That's the other thing. Packers will try to right the ship at home against the Vikings next week. I mean, you should be able to do that, but I don't know. This is frightening. Packers head coach Matt Lafleur absolutely dumbfounded. That's not a good place to be. That's not a good place to be. Head coach Matt Lafleur faced reporters after the game, and Packers shot caller clearly wasn't in a very good mood after watching his team suffer a gut-wrenching 19-17 loss in Denver. I helped you out with that article, Wisconsin Sports Heroics, when asked if he thought his team had made any significant progress in terms of fixing their slow starts during the bye week. Lafleur dropped a brutally honest 2-word response. Absolutely zero. Zero progress. Not pleased with Lafleur's response, The reported followed with an initial query asking the Packers coach why this is the case. Lafleur did not give much else. That's a great question, Lafleur said after a pause. Whoa, okay. Lafleur seemed totally dumbfounded after he was asked a couple of simple questions. It's clear he's extremely disappointed by his team's performance in this one, especially considering how presumably they put in a lot of work and effort in their preparation for the Broncos game. That was all for nothing. That's the most baffling part about this situation is you come off a bye, you've got a bad team, you're supposed to be at least a pretty good team. I'm not going to say a good team, but a pretty good team. You're supposed to beat the Broncos unless you are the Broncos. You know, I mean, we don't know. We don't know how good this Packers team really is. They may be terrible, really and truly. Matt Lafleur will be facing a lot more questions, and he will now have to prove if he's the right man for the job. But you got a lot of people on social media today saying he's not. I paused so everyone can see A.J. Dillon was wide open, had nobody blocking him, and clear real estate to get enough yards to get a game-winning field goal. It has nothing to do with Joe Barry, nothing to do with Matt Lafleur. This is all Jordan Love. So Jordan Love's getting some heat. I'm not playing that, but Jordan Love's getting heat today. But Matt LaFleur's catching a lot of shrapnel. Matt LaFleur's offense has scored 6 points combined in the last 4 first halves. Holy shit, that's terrible. Jordan Love looks far from a franchise quarterback, and the guys around him aren't helping much. The Packers are now 2-4. They are straight up a bad team. The Jordan Love-Matt LaFleur partnership isn't working on the field. If they don't fix this offensive mess, there could be some interesting conversations in the not too distant future. Man enough to admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong about Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur. I love my Packers, but I cannot rock with Matt LaFleur or Jordan Love anymore. The coaching development is horrible. Aaron Rodgers masked a lot of LaFleur's bad coaching, and this game proves it. You know, let me bring this up too. It was the Packers' organizational decision to not wrap their loving arms around Aaron Rodgers any further and make sure he had all the weapons in the world one could ever want. Okay? I mean, let's be honest. In the last couple of years, there's been some wide receivers that have been traded, yada, yada, yada. I mean, A.J. Brown, when he was traded from the Titans, you don't think Aaron Rodgers would have loved to have had him in Green Bay? You know, that's something. I mean, part of the reason Aaron Rodgers wanted to leave is because he felt like he was not wanted, and the Packers did not have the weapons because they'd made a decision in true New England Patriot style to not actually get weapons around them. And I understand the Patriots won, but you get my point. Matt LaFleur plays scared of everything. It would make sense that his team is categorized as, quote, being afraid. That was after this tweet. If the Packers didn't walk into every game afraid of their own offensive shadow, they'd be a decent team. Wasting the first 30 minutes every week before deciding to call real football on offense is the main reason they are 2-3. They're now 2-4. Matt LaFleur, I feel like I'm losing my mind. I probably am. It's his reactions, too, as a coach that has me, I would be pretty concerned about that. I would be. Yeah, here's him losing his mind on the sideline right here. Matt LaFleur is hot about that, and he has a reason to be.
If you do
okay, so there,
they
yeah,
do that all the time.
that's offside.
You're always
No doubt
either
about
looking
it.
for your guard to give you an indicator. Or
Yeah, so he's pissed. Great. I mean, yeah, he's losing his mind. This guy's nailing LaFleur. Calls, bubble screens, jet sweeps. Matt LaFleur looking straight up like Sean Payton, Kevin James. It's bad. It's hard to tell who sucks more, Jordan Love or Matt LaFleur, but either way, it ain't good for Green Bay. I found Matt LaFleur's entire playbook. Let's look at it. Yikes. Yikes. And yikes. Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised sometimes with some of these coaches. Broncos expose Matt Lafleur as a terrible head coach. Lafleur can no longer hide behind Aaron Rodgers. It's not good. Matt Lafleur is going through it right now, no question. It's bad. And this is the most troubling one, I think, at least with your quarterback. According to ESPN Stats and Info, Jordan Love is 6 of 27. No interceptions, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions on throws of at least 20 air yards. Quote, we obviously want to take as many shots downfield as we can, Love said yesterday. We want to force the envelope. Yeah, yikes. Not good. Matt LaFleur postgame. I got to go back and look at why we are starting so slow on offense. This guy just calls him out. Isn't that what the bye week was for? I guess not. Wow. Aaron Rodgers won 13 games multiple times with Joe Barry, and Matt LaFleur, man, deserves a few more MVP trophies. It's bad. Now we can add the Packers to a disastrous situation, and Packer fans are furious with their coach. Did the GM, Brian Gutekunst, and Matt LaFleur completely piss the bed on Aaron Rodgers? Did they miss the mark all the way around because they thought Jordan Love was the guy? They've had ample opportunity to draft another quarterback and to supposedly evaluate Jordan Love. If Jordan Love can't play, you got to fire everyone. If you're the Packers organization, you got to fire LaFleur, you got to fire Gutekunst, you got to get rid of Jordan Love. They're the ones that's been evaluating him for years now in practice. And if he can't throw the ball down the field, it's a massive, colossal F-up. Yikes. Man, you got to wonder if Packer fans are in for that long stretch like a lot of NFL teams go through. My Niners went through it for about a decade, in between Jeff Garcia leaving and Jim Harbaugh showing up and actually fixing Alex Smith. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.